Elly Cruz did something that hasn't been done since prime Ichiro, and that's not even the craziest history that he made yesterday. Anthony Volpe made some swing changes and put on some muscle over the offseason. He looks like a brand new baseball player. The A's, they might have to really start considering trading Mason Miller because, I mean, we'll talk about that in a moment. Edwin Diaz, he's trying to not be Ed lose again, and we have a weird situation down in Fenway. It took like 10 minutes for the umpiring crew to figure it out. It was really weird. All of that and more in today's MLB Recap. We post these every single day. It kind of blows my mind that we have not missed one this year. Also, don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off all of your tickets. And right now on Underdog Fantasy, new users who use my code Fuzzy get a $250 bonus cash credit, and Scotty Scheffler's out of jail. So that new promo, it's still there. Now in the intro, I purposely left out a few trades that went down over the last 24 hours. So the Astros and the Pirates, they both made some trades. The Pirates traded away Roansy Contreras to the Angels for cash considerations. He was the 71st overall prospect in 2022. He had a 3.6 ERA over his first 100 big league innings. I thought that Roansy was going to be the next Pirates ace, but unfortunately, the Pirates kind of suck at developing good pitchers into superstars. Talking about Tyler Glasnow, Garrett Cole, the second that both of those guys left, they turned into superstars and their strikeouts went way up. Mitch Keller, not really been the case. I'm not saying that Roansy is going to be Jacob deGrom with the Halos, but maybe a fresh start is not a bad idea. Maybe he'll turn it around. I mean, the Angels, they've done a nice job with Jose Soriano, so maybe Roansy can get some velocity back in there. Maybe he can surprise some people. I don't know, but I do like this trade for the Angels. It's a nice little addition to the rotation or the bullpen. The Astros also made a trade for cash considerations. This dude, I hope that he has a Southwest frequent flyer card or something because he gets traded a lot. Brandon Bielak is going from the Astros to the A's, and just like Roansy Contreras, Bielak was great in 2022. He had a 3.6 ERA as well, but he has not been able to replicate that success since. The A's, they've had a ton of health issues in the rotation and the lineup, so they just need someone to eat innings if a starter implodes, or maybe if he starts a few games. I don't know. So there you have it. The Angels, they pick up Roansy Contreras, and the A's, they got Brandon Bielak from the Astros, which is funny because the A's are facing off against the Astros. So this is one of those rare trades where, again, both teams are playing each other, and then they made a trade. Maybe the Astros felt bad because Yainer Diaz, he really likes hitting with runners in scoring position, and he cleared the bases on one swing to make it 3-0 in the third inning. Jake Myers, he's going to try and trade places. He wants an RBI double as well. Rookie Joey Loperfido, he reminds me a lot of Jarren Duran and my favorite player of all time, Grady Sizemore. He swatted his first big league tater. He's got some pop along with the elite speed. Christian Javier that is, he turned the A's lineup into mincemeat. They stood no chance against this guy. He went 6 innings, did not allow a single run to score, not to mention he racked up 8 strikeouts as well, only 2 base hits. The Astros, they tacked on even more. So the Astros have now won 5 games in a row. The A's are the opposite. They've dropped 5 games in a row, and Mason Miller, he's got to be on the trading block because he has not had a save opportunity in 2 weeks. When you have teams willing to pay you a king's ransom for the services of Mason Miller, who you haven't been able to use all that often because you haven't given him a chance to save a game in 2.5 weeks, I mean, you got to consider trading him, right? That's the smart thing to do, but then again, the A's almost never do the smart thing. Now, unlike that last game, the Pirates and the Cubs, they fought tooth and nail all afternoon. We had 3 long balls to kickstart this game. Edward Olivares, which again sounds like a name straight out of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Edward now has 5 home runs and a 110 OPS plus, and also since last year, he has 47 extra base hits in 135 games, which is pretty dang good. Ian Happy knows a thing or two about extra base hits. His solo home run went 383 feet to right field, and then Nick Gonzalez went 383 feet to left field. Nick Gonzalez swings the bat like he's angry on every single pitch. His bat speed is very impressive. It's not easy to get your hands in on a fastball like that. Brian Reynolds, he snuck one past the line, past Morel at third base. Pittsburgh gets their 4th run, and Bellinger, he did the exact same thing. He turned on a pitch, he sent it down the line, and he gets an RBI. Justin Steele got Yasmani Grandal to fly. Oh, wait, Seiya botched it, and he botches it. You guys remember that thing from MLB The Show? Anyways, an extra run does score, and I don't know if you try it if Seiya actually catches it because he does have a pretty good arm. Jared Jones is going to get the W after Bednar got the final 3 outs for his 9th save. Jones and Steele, they both struck out 7, so they were nasty, but Jones is going to get the W. By the way, Jones now has a 2.9 ERA and 63 strikeouts over his first 53 innings. Pittsburgh just has to leave him alone and let him develop on his own because that's been working way better than what they've been doing with their own pitchers. Now, before we show the Yankees game, the Mets and the Phillies yet again went Obi-Wan versus Anakin. This series has been crazy. The Mets came out swinging with Pete Alonso and Brett Brett Baty, both lacing RBI extra base hits. Pete on his 10th home run, so $1,000 more to Shelter, so $10,000 in total. Brett Baty now has 14 RBIs after that double. Jose Quintana, he battled his way through 5 shutout, and he tried to keep on battling through the 6, but ultimately he was replaced by Reed Garrett, who's been very good, but he's looked a whole lot more human over the last week or two. Alec Boehm, he's unfair. Like, it's almost comical now how he literally gets a base hit every single time there's a runner in scoring position. Reed's back out for the 7th, and after Stock got on, Schwarber, he had a perfect line drive to right field. Stock can move, so he's going to score all the way from first base, and we have a brand new ball game. Castellanos, he hit a sac fly right before that, so it's actually 3-2 Phillies, but like I said in the intro, Ed win was Ed lose, so if he's in the game, obviously the Mets had to make a comeback. Bader, he lined one off of Jeff Hoffman. He ties it at 3. Then Jeff held on to a sinker for way too long, and he spiked it. The ball gets past JT Realmuto, and the Mets actually take the lead after Pete Alonso sprints home. The Mets had the lead for all of like 5 minutes because Stott, he had a deja vu moment. He went yard off of Diaz a few days ago. He got him again with this RBI single. We have more free baseball. JD Martinez, he's trying to be a hero, and he got it done. JD versus lefties has always been his best matchup. The Mets actually had a 2-run lead after Philly threw another wild pitch, but we're going to skip to Bryson with the bases loaded. He didn't even start this game, but now he has 2 RBIs and 2 stolen bases. His dribbler was hit soft enough to avoid any double play. Schwarber's up now with the winning run at second because Stott stole second base, but down goes Schwarber. I forgot that Jake Diekman was even on the Mets, but he gets the save, and the Mets, they get their first W of the season against the Phillies. The other New York team was playing, and they made light work of the Twins. They pick up another W versus Minnesota. Anthony Volpe, he put in a lot of work over the offseason, and it's paying off big time. He's up to 6 home runs, 9 stolen bases, 4 DRS, and 5 outs above average. So he's on pace for a near 30-30 season and maybe a platinum glove this year. Glaber's got to keep on doing this if he wants to get paid. Like right now, he's on pace to just kind of get paid. He's a free agent after this year. Rizzo grounded out for an RBI, and Clark Schmidt, he's up by 3 now, and he can really let it loose, and that cutter might finally be working. Lefties torched that thing over the last 2 seasons, but this year it's biting a bit more, and Julian and Larnack both go down on that cutter. Austin Wells, this is a scary sentence, he's now hitting .316 with a .381 on base over his last 12 games. He drove in the Yankees' 4th run, and then Judge smoked another extra base hit. What is that, like 6 doubles in 2 days? He has like 4 or 5 exit velocities of 105 plus miles an hour in this game alone. Soto got to third base on that double, and then he scores on the Alex Verdugo sac fly. That's it for the scoring, so we got to dump some praise on Clark Schmidt, and it blows my mind that they were able to keep him in the Juan Soto trade, because behind the scenes, they were doing a lot of work to that cutter, and just him being able to go into the 6th or 7th inning. He almost never goes more than 5. He now has back-to-back starts going into the 7th, but here, he went 8 shutout with 8 strikeouts. Clark Schmidt might finally be arriving, which again is a scary sentence. So it's Shohei bobblehead night in LA, and fans are literally selling these things for $3 grand a piece on eBay right now, and you already know a crazed fan is going to spend that much. Anyway, Will Benson said, "I'm him," after leading off the game with a home run. Again, he tossed the bat. He's saying, "I'm him" to his teammates. Elly, he singled and then stole second immediately for his 27th bag, and then he scores on a Tyler Stevenson 2-bagger to left field. We have more Elly De La Cruz action. He sent a stand-up double the other way, and of course, he stole third base a few seconds later. He has 28 stolen bases. Tyler says, "Thanks a lot for another RBI chance. I'm going to cash it in." Glasnow, he saved his first walk of the game for Elly. That's the wrong guy. So naturally, he hit the steal button again. He's at 3 stolen bases through 5 innings. Make it 4 stolen bases. He just became the 5th player ever to have 30 or more stolen bases in the first 44 games of a season. Elly, he scored again with Tyler Stevenson at the dish, but this time on a drop third wild pitch. Heading to the 7th, Elly, he got a single on this play, so he's now 4 for 4 with 4 stolen bases. He's the first player to do that since Ichiro. He's on pace for 108 stolen bases, 30-plus home runs. So what's more impressive, Ronald's 40-70 or Elly's 30-100 if it does happen? So the Reds win easy despite the fact that they used 7 pitchers. Nick Martinez, he stepped up in a big way out of the pen. He went 5 innings, only allowed 1 base hit against an all-time talented lineup aside from the bottom half of that lineup. I mean, it is all-time talented because of the guys at the top, but again, the bottom of the order has to get cooking. The Dodgers, they have dropped 2 consecutive games, and the Reds, they're really trying to turn things around. We had a weird start to this Rays and Red Sox game because Richie Palacios for sure bounced the ball off his foot, but the umpires called it a fair ball. Richie's out, but he does get the RBI. The Red Sox, they quickly answered with a run of their own. This was a long RBI off the bat of Rafael Devers. He's got 6 home runs, 10 doubles, and Josh Lowe of Tampa, he wants a double, maybe a home run. He gets neither. Will Bray, wait, did I just get trolled? I thought he made the catch. Josh Lowe's second of the year is a 2-run home run. He has 37 doubles, 22 home runs, 32 stolen bases, and a 132 OPS plus over his last 44 games. Now, Jarren Duran did start a little bit of a rally with a double off the wall. He's got a zillion doubles, and then Dominic Smith drove him in, but I'm going to give all the credit to Jarren Duran, who turned on the Jets. He makes it a 5-4 ball game. Did I say 5-4? Jarren says, I'm going to tie it up right here. He ties it at 5-5. My editor, Pesky Talk, he pointed out that he changed his swing a few days ago. He's got a much bigger leg kick, and it's working big time. He scorched 3 extra base hits in this game alone at 104 plus miles an hour. The home run was at 107.7, so that leg kick is giving him a ton more power and juice. The Red Sox sent out Kenley Jansen in a non-save opportunity, and Isaac Paredes yet again pulled a baseball because it seems like that's all he does, pull baseballs, but damn, does it really work. The Rays made it 7-5 after Palacios had a sac fly, and then we had some controversy. Tampa, they wanted to make a mound visit, but they ran out of them, so if they make the mound visit, they have to change pitchers. The pitching coach realized it too late. He crossed the foul line, went back to the dugout, but it counts as the visit. Tampa is now forced to make a pitching change after like 10 minutes of deliberation. I guess the umpires forgot how many mound visits they had. They had to go to New York and ask the replay guy to go through the game, and it took 10 minutes. So the Rays, instead of having to bring in someone right then and there, they had 10 minutes to warm up Erasmo Ramirez, and that's the ball game. So that does it for today's MLB recap. I know it was a shorter one because I don't make the rules. There was only a handful of games yesterday, but thank you so much for watching and supporting. Have a great day and enjoy the web gems.
Now Real Muto hits it hard, and Lindor flags it down, throwing off balance.
Ground ball, may have grazed the bag. Bregman with a great defense.
In the air to right center, Suzuki on the move, and Seiya makes
the ground ball toward the hole at short. Nice pickup and the skip throw to first.
40,000.
Oh, hey now, Freddie, get up.